For this video, I want to focus in on some of the different tools that you'll have to manipulate the files that you already have plugged in to your document section. If you've watched some of the other videos, you would have seen that we've already set up our layout. We know the grouping and different documents that we're going to need with our placeholders. Talked about the document file roles and what those do, plugging them automatically into various email templates and things like that, telling the system this is exactly what that file is and this is what to do with it. So here, I want to jump into, say, let's use this one as our example. I have this document here. What can I do with it? I briefly touched on this before, but you can obviously download this file so you have a copy of it on your hard drive. And if you have the Google connection, you can also push it to your Google Drive. You can open that up to see it in its full glory. Or this is really the big one I want to focus on, because this I know a lot of clients will use, is splitting these files. Sometimes maybe there's files that you'll need in this spot, but there's a piece of it that actually this is going to be what I need for this other placeholder. And that's where splitting the files can be really handy. You can also merge them, so if you have multiple files, and I'll show that here after I split it, and put them back into one document. So for now, let's go ahead and focus on splitting this. This is a pretty big document. I have 58 pages, so let's go ahead and split that. It's going to open up a screen here to give me some options of what to do. Again, it's going to give me that quick preview of the document so I can see what's going on here. And then what do I want to happen? So let's go ahead and say, I don't know, the first 1 to 15 pages is going to be what I need for the buyer section. Now, it is required to plug in a file name. However, keep in mind if you are going to be applying a file role, that overrides the file name, so you won't really need to plug this in if you plan to use a file role. The other option you'll need to do is tell it where to go. So in this case, I'm going to select this first. I can put it into a folder by itself, which creates a new placeholder, into a specific placeholder, or vice versa, coming all the way down. So this first part, I'm going to say, let's keep this in our buyer documents file section, and I want to keep that same file role, purchase and sale agreement. Now, maybe the last, 8 pages, so let's say 50 to 58, is actually something I'll need for my closing process. I'm just completely making up stuff here. You guys will know exactly what you need to do and what you want to do with these documents. So again, I'm not going to really place this in a folder and create a new placeholder for it. I just want to plug this into the one I have for closing document. What kind of file role? Again, I'm going to make something up here and say it's a disclosure. You see it's filled in my disclosures based on the file role, and it's good to go. I have 1 to 15 staying here, 50 to 58 going here, and all that stuff in the middle is basically going to get cut out. I don't need any of that. Now, you can also come down here and delete the original files after splitting it, but that's entirely up to you. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just split it just like this. And there we go. You'll see now I have a document here with the file role, a document down here with the file role, and since I have what I need here, I'm actually going to toggle that on and say, okay, it's good to go. I don't need a broker signature for that one. All right, I now have these two different files in the places they need to be with the information I'm needing. Everything toggled on. It's got the file roles. I'm pretty much done. Everything's going to go do what it needs to do from this point. Now, maybe there's a case things got split up and I actually need to merge this into one file on its own. Let's go ahead and select this one and this one. You'll see I have some different options here, pushing it to Google Drive, moving the files around, or merging them into one. So let's go ahead and click on that. You're going to have to give it a file name, or if you use a file role, you won't need to worry about that. So let's just call this utility sheet since we haven't used that one yet. Now where do I want to put it? Well, I feel bad for this guy down here. He didn't get any files or placeholders, so let's go ahead and select that one. I can delete those original files out after the merge. In this case, let's go ahead and keep the ones I split up, but I want one total document altogether. So let's merge those together. All right, and there you have it. 3 different file roles have been applied to these 3 different documents. Pages 1 to 15 here, pages 50 to 58 here, and then those pages combined to make my utility sheet. Now, hopefully those tools there will help you manage your documents, get them where they need to be with those correct labels, so you really won't have to do too much to them once they get put into their proper places.